Hey everybody, I'm back. I do apologize for part one on how I left off. It was an emergency. I'm trying to get used to how to pause these videos. And anyway, part two. I don't remember where I left off. However, I think it was somewhere around once I got back financially on my feet. And I was able to, I was a little more stronger, I was still in the mix though. My mind still wasn't right. I still feel like I had get back in my system. And like I said, I still felt like I had to revenge his death. I had something to prove. It was a lot going on. And I just could not believe what I heard. What had to sit in my system. I dedicated my life to someone I didn't know. I just walked him into my energy, and he was there for 8 years. Of course, you in a relationship, but do you really truly know a person? I find myself when I think back at how far God brought me through. These people that God brought around me and my energy for whatever reason, whether it was a lesson, a blessing, a season. Did they really fuck with me like that? I had to scratch my head and was like, yo, you really was in this relationship with this man for 8 years. And he put your life on the line. Okay, he put me out on Front Street with an empty gun. Some could say he didn't want me to catch a charge that night. Or he really knew he was going to die that night. Like he was tired. He was ready to give in and just didn't want to tell me. I asked myself, why, if you had prior knowledge, you put me on the front line? And I asked myself, if that gun was loaded, I would have had a case. And he still wouldn't have been here. I would have caught a case that night. It's deep. It's deep. However, speed on. I went and got me some help. First, they send you to talk to somebody, right? Well, let me back up. While I was being detained, they give you hotline numbers to call for help, for assistance. But because in the state that I lived in, which I'm not going to disclose the information right now, any drug-related crime, you get no help. You get no help. I was supposed to went into witness protection. And when I got sent to them and they looked at the details of the case and how it was written up, they said, no, you don't qualify. We can't put you in protective custody. So I I add that little bit of information in for my sisters You know how we like to ride for our men. We go all in, hit the highway, hold the pack, all that, all that. You know how we ride and die for our men. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I was one of them females that was hard, it was rough, and Rack was, yeah, about all the smoke, about all that life. Yes. And when shit got real, ooh wee, did it get real. This was not no movie. I wasn't sitting back with no popcorn. I was in the middle. I was the main character in this story. And it was real. And I sit back and ask God, I was like, why? Why would you put me through that? I had to see that. I had to witness that. Was I that stubborn? Was I that stuck in my ways? Was I that hard-headed? God, that I had to take a front row seat? In a blink of an eye, 1 minute he was here, 1 minute he wasn't. And through all the years that I had dedicated to caregiving for him and back and forth to the dialysis and leaving work early, and when you don't have no self-worth, my sisters, when you struggle with setting boundaries, caring about other people than yourself, you line yourself up for unpredictable things to happen. Now, I done cussed guys out in the street. I done did everything under the sun, but you could not tell me in a million years I would have to go through that. I ain't see it. And for a long time, I felt like I was being punished. I thought I did something wrong, and I just kept asking God, what I do? What I do? What I do? Like, I could get my left arm to have my mind back, to have my confidence back, to not be in my head all the time and be paranoid and have trust issues, and not knowing the whole time God was testing me and he was testing people around me. He was testing me, people. I can laugh about it to today because I am not supposed to be on the screen talking to you. I asked myself for a long time, God, why you didn't take me with him that night? We were both doing the same thing, living the same fast lifestyle. What was it that you took him and not me? Years down the line, once I got a little more stable mentally, emotionally, and financially, and I was able to tap in a little more to hear God. You never know. Shh. Very good. I'll be in a minute, okay? I'm sorry, people. My daughter just came in from school and she started her homework. But where was I at? When you get into relationships with people, you don't know what they have done in their past. They don't share everything, but God does know everything. When you get into a relationship with a person that you don't know, it's a strong possibility that you will pick up their karma. Whatever bad luck, negative energy they had on them will attach to your ass. Excuse my mouth, but I have to be raw. Ain't no way of getting around it. The time that I was with Miami, when I met him, I was 300 pounds. I had just had the gastric bypass weight loss surgery, and I might have been maybe 3 weeks post op my surgery, still walking around trying to act like I'm cute. And when I met him, I never gave myself an opportunity to be alone. I jumped from relationship to relationship to relationship. I never had an opportunity to be single up until current. I'm single now, but it was one thing after another. And I look back at that situation and I had to question myself, what was it about you? Why you couldn't shake him? Like, you knew he wasn't lined up with you. You knew. God will put you through some things. That was one of the things that God put me through to let me know that I was on my chosen journey. Your life experiences will let you know if you're chosen or not. Your connection with God will let you know if you're chosen or not. You don't have to play around with it in your mind. A lot of people use and throw around that word, chosen ones, chosen ones, chosen ones. The chosen ones get their ass handed to them. The chosen ones get thrown into the pit. This walk ain't built for the weak at all. At all, at all, at all, people. People around me that I took care of, I share my blessings with. I spent majority of my life with, turned their back on me when God was challenging me and testing me. They too thought, you must did something wrong. The way God got you in the mix, the way what you going through, you must have did something wrong. You must be living foul. What you do? I sit back now and just be like, wow. People they didn't want me around. And I had to be strong. I had to be strong. I had to be strong. I had to really, 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 really tap in. I really had to really tap into the unknown. I really had to push myself past what I could see and what I could hear and what I could understand, because wasn't nothing making sense. Wasn't nothing making sense until now. Until now, people. I'm not supposed to still be here. When I say I don't look like what I've been through, I don't feel like what I've been through. God has been moving in my life so wonderfully in ways I can't, even with all the faith that I have in my body, with all the discipline now, with all the knowledge and wisdom and understanding that I gained through my walk, through my black sheep journey, through my underdog struggles. I wear my stripes proudly. You're not a warrior unless you got some cuts and scrapes. You're not a warrior. You ain't been through battle unless you don't have no battle wounds to show. Woo. He built me for it tough. I look vulnerable. I look weak. People still play me like I'm a nut. They think I'm just naive and slow, like I don't have no one around. No, my guardian angels, my Father God keeps me very well, very protected. When I say he gave me everything back, double, triple, for my survival, for listening to him and laying down my ego and pride and acting like I know everything, he gave me back everything that people thought they took from me. People thought by not supporting me and abandoning me and leaving me out there in the cold, I wasn't going to come back from what they witnessed. God is amazing, people. As soon as we get out our own way and recognize that it is a mighty power over us, it's waking us up every day and orchestrating everything out for our greater good, you're going to maintain being lost. I swear I wouldn't change anything, though. I wouldn't change nothing. My security that I have in myself now, the strength that I have in myself, I was so weak. I was always asking people, what do you think? What do you think? I was always so undecided. And people took advantage of that. Oh, she can't think for herself. She can't think on her own. When I say God bless me with a strong intuition, I was around people who tried to set me up for money, for what they thought I had. People was around me, smiling in my face, acting like they was supportive, and they was just testing, I should say. Testing. Well, I went and got help, right? Because I realized I wasn't flying right. I was angry. I was snapping at people. I was just irate. Somebody could say something to me, and if I thought it was a dig, if I thought they was trying to be smart, oh, the other side came out. I was vicious, and when people realized I had a temper, that I could really go there. Oh, they did everything to poke the bear. It wasn't, oh, let's get her in a quiet place. Let her get herself together. Let's give her some love. This is not her. Oh no. Oh no, they wanted to see it. They wanted to see it. The monster come out. So they could point their fingers and call me crazy. Oh, look at her. She snap out. You know she ain't right. Oh, they call me everything. They call me everything. They kept poking me and 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 poking me. And every time they did, I gave them what they wanted. I gave them what they wanted. And they never want the smoke. They just want to sit back and laugh and make a mockery of me because I was out of myself. I was out of myself. So I removed myself. Well, God removed me from around these people and gave me some time to myself to get myself together. And like I said, I went and talked to some people about my experience and to see how they was going to help. Man, they looked at my work history. It's like, bitch, ain't nothing wrong with you. It's time for you to go back to work. We got something for you. We got work for you to do. They seen my gift. They seen the light that God had in me. I just didn't see it myself. They were trying to get me right back into work in the mental health field. We got you. You got a gift. You got a heart. You got a story. We can use you. However, I wasn't ready at the time. And I went and talked to somebody. I don't remember the lady name right now. But a couple of sessions and she told me, she said, I don't know how, if I would have went through that, how I would have, I don't know what I would have done. Which was an honest statement, right? Which was authentic, which was, she was being her real self. She was being honest with me. I don't know what I would do if that was me. But I took that as an insult. At the time, I took it as an insult, like, you wasting my time. You got me here sharing my emotions and my feelings and everything, and you don't have a clue on what to do, or how to help, or how to heal me, or none of that. Weeks was going by, months was going by. And she would just let me share, ask me how I'm feeling. It was, I was supposed to have homework. I was supposed to have coping skill tools and all that. She just was like, I can't put nothing together for you because I don't know. I ain't never had this come across my desk. Like, she never, there's not a category for that, where she could have just went to and copied off some papers and gave them to me and told me to have them all filled out. By the time I came back, it was, everything was just like, wow, new. So I stopped going. And I started leaning on my own strength and understanding, and started talking to God more and asking God, please, please give me my mind back. Please, please, please. Like, you see how these people feel about me. You see what's going on. Like, please. I can't maneuver out here if I'm not flying right mentally. I said, God, please don't leave me out here by myself. I had many, 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 many nights of my shirt being soaked with tears and stress all over my face, and people on the outside witnessing me slowly but surely getting back on my feet. This was prior to me leaving finally. They were sitting back watching me slowly but surely get back on my feet. But I would not have completely healed if I didn't leave when God told me to leave. When God remove you from all this familiar from you, don't fight it. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. It's going to be new. It's going to be scary. Don't fight it. Like I said in my previous videos, it's been about 4 years since my family heard my voice, seen my face. They don't know if I'm dead or alive. Well, if God bless them with the opportunity to see these videos, they'll know that I'm alive. And they'll be able to see how God breathed all over me and planted me back on solid foundation. Amen. And it didn't even take that long. I felt like I was in my own way a lot of the time. I could have been bounced back, but I'm on God's time. And I realized that everything that I've been through has been divinely guided. God will test you. God will put you through some things. If he chose you, oh yeah, you best believe you might as well get suited and booted. You might as well go to sleep with your boots on, strapped on, laced all the way up. Every time he bless you with a new day and he open your eyeballs, you better be put on the whole armor. The whole armor of God every day. You might as well get suited and booted, because he is going to train you and prep you and prep you and prep you for war. For war. And it never stops. The spiritual attacks, the hating, the envy, the jealousy, the gossip, the slander, the judgment, the misjudging. You got to be built for all that, or it will take you down. because you will always be emotional, reacting through your feelings, unstable. The devil wanted me. He wanted me. He wanted me that night when he took Miami. But God had answered my prayers. He knew I was tired. I was tired of that lifestyle. I was tired. I was tired. And God knows at the end of the day how people really feel about you. People can smile in your face all day. Spouses, boyfriends, wives, husbands, whoever. They will put on the mask every day, all day. Daily routine, pick up the kids if you got kids, drop you off at work. It becomes a routine. But do they really, really fuck with you at the end of the day? You gotta ask yourself. You gotta ask yourself if you're not truly in alignment with God and truly, truly vibing high and doing everything it takes to vibe high, you're gonna keep attracting the same type person. No matter if you man or woman. If you a man, you're gonna keep attracting the same low vibration female. This materialistic, this all about status and not about character. All about looks and what use what you got to get what you want. I call them woman of convenience, not a woman of essence. Okay. You finished all your homework? You went third. Very good. You did your Lexia too? Mm-hmm. All right, you can go watch Steven. Okay, I think I got 16 units done. Okay, very good. Lexia, and I got my 2 done. Put something on your feet, please. Okay, and guess what? I finished my quiz from today too. Okay, very good. Everything done. All right, thank you. I'm proud of you. Yeah. And I had to ask myself, like, I was one of them women. A convenience. I wasn't always in my essence, in my divine energy, divine feminine energy. Putting God first in everything that I do. I was out there. So I'm not judging. Everybody has seasons. Everybody. But I'ma keep saying you gotta have self-love. You have to put yourself first. And it may sound. Look by the TV on the floor. I'm sorry. If you're not in alignment and if you are still asleep, you're going to stay in the matrix. Shit is always going to be confusing. You're going to always keep questioning your self-worth. You're going to have problems with trusting people. And you're not going to allow yourself to really transform into your true, authentic self. The devil got you. The devil got you. When I say the devil had me, he had me for a long time. He had a long time. He must have asked God, you think that she loyal to you? She only loyal to you because of the favor you have over her life. God let him test me. I'm trying to tell you this life is not what you think. It's not the people that you're wrestling with. It's the spirit. It's the energy that these people are operating on. These people is on the devil assignment. They're only doing what they is instructed to do. And if they're lost, they don't even know they're being used. That's what makes it so critical on how you have to heal and get over some shit. You can't be holding on to some shit. I had all right to be angry. I held on to a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, a lot of betrayal, a lot for a long time. And I look back at myself and be like, was it worth it? Holding on to all that pain and guilt and can't grieve. You gotta just be strong and hard. Like, I don't look like what I've been through, people. And I thank God. God got me up here spilling these experiences out for a reason. I'm not the type of person to get on here and public platform and shares so privately. But if my stories, if my advice could help give somebody some encouragement that they can really get through some shit, I'll open myself up and continue to ask God to heal me and move through me. This is payback. This is payback. God have healed me in so many ways. When I prayed and asked for him not to leave me alone out here, he blessed me with a little girl. I have one daughter who's 9 now. And when I look at her, I think about God and how he will answer your prayer. Be careful. Be careful when you start asking God for stuff. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. When I ask God not to leave me out here alone, and he blessed me with my daughter. I had a daughter with a guy that I did not even know. And I know I'm not the first fucking female. I'm probably the first female honest enough to admit it. But when you look at it, listen, I know I ain't the first one. Do we really truly know who we laying down with? I knew him enough to be intimate with. I thought at the time we were cool enough that if anything ever happened to me, he would care. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. So when I got pregnant and I took my test and I told him that I was pregnant, he laughed and, oh, I'm going to be there for you. I found that I was 6 weeks, so I was real early on. I had to stop smoking weed. Everything went good. You know what I mean? God removed everything so I could have a healthy, easy pregnancy.
What's wrong?
Can you hurry up out the kitchen, please? Excuse me, y'all. Thank you. It wasn't an easy pregnancy. Emotionally, it was not. Physically, it was. Um, he called me every month to check on me, right? I don't think I physically seen him until I was about 5, 6 months. He called me every month, act like he was concerned and wanted updates. But it would turn into he just wanted to upset me. For some reason, I'm coughing. So I'm going to take that as a sign that God don't want me to talk about that right now. But he called me every month on purpose to fuck with me. And he would leave me. I would hang up that phone every month. And I would answer it like a nut, thinking maybe the next time I talk to him, things will be different, you know? And it wasn't. And he denied everything. He didn't want, you know how it is. So I had to put it in my head that I was going to have this baby by myself. God knew I was not going to tolerate no bullshit. He knew. He knew. I was not going to stick around. If I go ghost without being pregnant, I'm going to ghost pregnant. So I'm going to speed up. I'm back staying with my brother now. And as I get in the middle of my pregnancy, my brother started acting a little differently. Now he want rent money after he hyped me up to stay. Oh, you can stay, sis. We gonna turn the whole third floor to a nursery, and we gonna move stuff around. My nurse couldn't even come to the house. I had a nurse that came out to see me every month because I'm single now. So I got a doula set up. A doula is a midwife that holds your hand while you go in labor, for people that don't know. So I'm setting myself up, by myself. My brother didn't want nobody at his house, so I would have to walk like 6, 7 blocks to a McDonald's where she would meet me, and we would spend an hour there. She would take my blood pressure there, or we would step outside and I would sit in her car, and it was just crazy. As the months went by and it started getting hot, my blood pressure was going up. My brother would be bitching at the house about his electric bill, and him and his wife put an air conditioner in their room, but wouldn't let me put an air conditioner in my room. So it was hot. I had a back room, it was hot. And my nurse was like, you can't ask them, at least could you put the, and I was like, nope, I was not going to ask them. I tolerated the heat. I had the windows open, my legs on the wall like this because they were swollen, with towels and rags on me. Was waiting for the nighttime to come. at least get a breeze in there. Had a fan and stuff, but wouldn't no breeze come until maybe like 10, 11 o'clock sometime. And I looked back and was like, they just dogged me. And they came to me for everything. Like if I was my mom, you, Chubb's number 2. You care so much. They played on it, but they didn't have the same love for me. I stayed about another month and I stacked my money up. I had a plan. I wanted to save $10,000 in 9 months so I could be prepared when my baby came. But I was so depressed. I was so mad. I ate through my money. I was cool by the time she came, but I didn't have what I wanted. I was looking for any and everybody to go out to eat with me. Any and everybody go out to eat with me. A lot of times I went out to eat by myself. I just ate and ate and ate and ate. Another month I moved out, and I ran into a high school girlfriend. I had started a Facebook. I really wasn't, a Facebook, internet person, but I'm like, okay, I'm pregnant. Ain't nobody really heard from me, seen me. Let me open up my account. And I posted my ultrasound picture. And I got so much love. Couldn't nobody believe I was having a baby. It's 35. It was another high school friend of mine who was pregnant at the same time. We was the same age. Her first baby girl, my first baby girl. And a close friend of mine reached out to me and we met up. I went to go see her. And she told me, she said, my uncle have apartments and houses. I'm renting a house from him right now. Music to my ears. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go up. Let's go. She told me she was going to be there with me when I had my baby. We both went and looked at this 2-bedroom apartment. It wasn't in a good neighborhood. But I was like, fuck it. I need a place to bring my baby home at. Once again, not leaning on my own understanding. Taking the words of others. I could have stayed at my brother's house and had my baby there and stacked my money, gave him a little couple dollars, was a little flea ass, and been cool. But my dog was like, I got you. I'm right around the corner. If anything happened, just call me. I'm right here. She convinced me. I would have never moved into that apartment. She convinced me. She was like, we back cool, like we right here. Like I got you. I saw she helped me move in. I gave her uncle $1,800. He wanted $600 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment in the hood. And once I got in there, I realized he rented my pregnant ass the second floor on top of a crack house. The first floor had 2 smokers that's been there for years. He was just getting a Social Security check. Why? Why would he rent me an apartment in a building over top of a crack house? I signed my lease in June. Bought me a car. About $3,000. Bought me a car so I could be mobile. So when my baby came, I could have a way to get back and forth. By July, my baby came early. And I'm going to tell you why. She wasn't due until August 26th. And she came July 29th, 3 weeks early. My baby was 4 pounds and 13 ounces and 21 inches long. When I moved into my apartment, my girlfriend became acting funny. Now, this was somebody that I often took out to eat. Her money wasn't as long as mine's, but it never really, really mattered. You know what I mean? I was always like, where we eating? What we doing? What we doing? She moved and lived off of food stamps, and I didn't. So financially, we was in two different tax brackets, which I never made her feel no type of way. And she just kept saying, look, bitch, you ain't going to keep dragging me out to eat. Since we've been going out to eat, I done gained about 10, 15 pounds and shit. We want to slow up. She was going through some challenges in the house that she was renting from her uncle. She had bed bugs, lice, all kinds of shit. She had 5 kids. She was really going through. So, but she never let that. She used to go to work, come over my house, lay on my couch. I couldn't really sleep in my bed, so I would sleep in the bed and let her sleep on the couch and let her sleep in my bed. Until one day I found out she brought license. She used to strip the bed and be like, oh, she used to work at a laundromat. So she would strip my bed and be like, I'm gonna go wash the sheets and blankets and stuff at the laundromat. And I'll see you later. I never made her feel no type of way. Like, bitch, you bought that shit in here. I ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? She had inner feelings of envy and jealousy because her uncle had her living a certain type of way, and the apartment he fixed up for me was better than hers. Oh, I don't have a shower. And this, I used to let her take a shower, and she used to use my shower gel, smell good. Like, that shit don't mean nothing, but to other people, that shit do. I didn't know deep down she was really, really building resentment. So one day, I think my money was kind of low, and I asked her to buy me a cheesecake or something, and she acted like it wasn't nothing. But told me to come around her job or something. But when I called her, she said the lights was out or whatever. Whoop whoop whoop, and was like, "No, don't come right now." But then a text came across my phone. She was holding a whole conversation about me to somebody else about how she was tired of me and a whole bunch of crazy ass shit. Now, mind you, I'm big pregnant and all sitting in my house, feet swollen and everything. And I'm reading this text that came across my phone. Long text conversation that she was having with somebody. and my blood started boiling. I was trying to forward that whole text message back to her ass to let her know I heard it. I got it. And for some reason I couldn't, so I just went all in on the motherfucking text. Damn, bitch, I ain't know that's how the fuck you felt about me when I'm spending cash money every time you in my presence. I bought her graduation outfit for her daughter's graduation for her to wear so she could look like something. I'm not even going to go into all everything that I did, but I gave her good advice, was there as a friend. She was going through situation with her kid's father and her kids and everything, and she would call me. I gave her good sound advice, priceless shit. It didn't mean nothing. I went in labor that same day after I seen that text. My nurse came to my house and was like, you retaining water like you about to go in. Like, I don't start seeing edema in your feet swelling and ankles swelling like this until you still got a while to go. I sat in that couch mad as shit that whole day. I ain't even eat. And I got hungry about 5:30. I said, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna make me some pork chops, some cream corn, and some yellow rice. I was hungry, right? So when I finally got my ass up off that couch, went to the bathroom, my water broke. Ooh wee. I was so mad. My water broke, people. My emotions is all over the place. I'm going through my pregnancy books like, is this really it? This really it? And I'm calling my doula nurse. Excuse me. And I'm letting her know I'm packing my bag and my water broke. And she like, oh, already? And she like, all right, well, I'll meet you at the hospital. I'm grabbing my cell phone. I'm looking for my insurance cards. And at the same time, my emotions is all over the place. In my head, in my mind, I had already had planned. Okay, if I was going to have my baby by myself, okay. But when it came down to it, ooh wee, I was not ready. I packed a couple of outfits for her to come home in. Outfit for me, cell phone charger. Grab my car keys and headed on down to my car in labor. I drove from my residence to the hospital. It was about 45 minutes in labor. And I'm calling everybody. Everybody like, damn, by the time I get to you, and fuck all that. They just was like, you're driving? Nobody came running. Nobody. I'm lying. I'm sorry, Nikki. I'm sorry. I gotta add you in here. During during my journey when I was staying at a transition home, I had met a girl named Nikki who was going through some issues of her own, and she was about to lose her child, and I stepped in to intervene and helped her. So we got close, and she always, I swear it could be the strangers that show you so much love. People you don't even know could be so loyal to you than the people you grew up with. When I told her I was first pregnant, she was like, "You call me and I'm going to be there. I don't care where I'm at, what I'm doing. You call me." And I called her before I left the house. She lived an hour away, people, an hour away. And she was in the middle of bathing her own baby. And she knew I was by myself. And she told me that she was coming. And she was just like, "Send me the address of the hospital. I'm on my way." When I tell you, I pulled into the parking lot, got my token, went on up to labor and delivery, signed in. That's when I started feeling all this pressure. All this pressure. While I was driving, I was just so scared. I guess I wasn't feeling anything, until I got out the car and started walking into the hospital. Is when shit really got real. By the time I got in my room, I was 3.5 centimeters already. And Nikki was right behind me, y'all. She was right fucking behind me with her suitcase and her laptop. She hitched a ride from a whole hour away from me to get to me. She hitched a ride. When I say God will make a way, he'll make a way. I'm in my room, and the nurse is like, "Oh, you a first time mom. You might just get some rest. She ain't gonna be here till tomorrow." Now it's about 8:30. Once I get settled in and everything. And my doula nurse, she's saying the same thing. "Oh, I'll be up there, ain't no rush. She ain't coming till tomorrow." And the nurse was getting off at 11. She was like, "I'll be back here at 7 in the morning. You still gonna be here. Don't even worry about it." And she wanted to bet me. I was like, "This baby is gonna come out." She was like, "You first time mom. You might as well go and get some rest." I'm gonna say again. Once I really get settled in my room, it's 8:30 p.m. My baby came at 12:24. A few hours later. 3.5 centimeters. I was calling for my epidural, and I thought I was cute too. I thought I was one of them white people. Oh, I'm going natural. I want a birthing ball. I want meditation music. Like my doula nurse was asking me, "What you want me to bring? What you want me to bring?" And I'm going off of what I done watched on YouTube videos and My doula nurse never even made it to the hospital. When she called, I told her the baby was already here. She could not believe it. I got my epidural, and the nurse told me, go ahead and relax. I'm going to come back and check you in a half an hour. She came back and forth and checked me. And that last time, she came in and she screamed. My baby already had delivered herself. I was knocked out. I didn't even know. I didn't even feel her coming out. She was already out. I could not believe it. And Nikki was right there the whole time watching Netflix. When I say my life has been like a movie, it literally has been like a movie. Now, I done shared three different stories in this one video. So I'm not going to share. We can go on and on and on, but Nikki stayed with me. And I got another addition too. I'm going to have to make a part 3 to this. You're going to want to tap back into part 3. By the time my family finally got to the hospital, it was just to use me. Oh, you're going to be here for a couple days, so let me use your car. You got insurance on your car, right? Your car registered, right? Let me use your car. And then came back to come get me late. Came when they felt like it. The nurses already was putting me out my room and everything, kept coming to me like, where's your ride? Where's your ride coming? You know, we need your room. Inconsiderate ass shit, yo. Shit that I would have never thought about doing to nobody. But because it was me, and they always had the mask up with me. Why are you even at the hospital? Why are you even here acting like you're ready to celebrate this new bundle of joy with me? God has been good. God hasn't been good. I gave my car to my niece so she can get her car fixed or whatever. And she deliberately came back on the day I was getting discharged late, 2 hours after I told her to be there, and had an attitude about it. Like she didn't want to be questioned about it. Like she, like, people, put yourself first, please. Choose yourself, regardless of what situation you in. You may feel like there's no way out. Is always a way out with God. If you serious, if you really tired, if you really ready to get out of Lickville, stop being treated like a nut, like a lick. People using you for your kindness and your niceness. You better haul ass to God, man. Haul ass to God, because it's not going to stop. They're never going to respect you. They're never going to respect you. They're never going to see you. Because your light irritates their demons. I had to realize that. Because I kept asking myself, why my family treat me so different? What did I do to them? What did I do to them? You ain't did nothing to your family, people, but just be born and just realize it ain't you that they hate. It's your light. It's your gift. It's your strength. It's your ambition. It's that mark of the divine that God gave you that you couldn't see, but they could. You are a lot stronger than you look. You are a lot stronger than you think. There's no way I thought I could have make it up out of the trenches. There was no way you would have asked me if God was giving me second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 15, 25, 30 chances to get it right. To get it right. When he keep giving you a chance, a way out, please take it. Please take it. Please take it. I prolonged my healing. I prolonged my stability. I prolonged me getting myself together because of how I felt for other people. The quicker you choose yourself, the quicker you get on your journey. The quicker you get connected with God, the quicker you'll start hearing him tell you what your purpose is. We are walking out here with no purpose, lost in the sauce. Can't nobody tell us who we are but God. Can't nobody tell us what we supposed to be doing but God. We're going to keep operating in the norm on what we think is normal, and it's not. It's not normal to be lost mentally, to feel abandoned, to have to deal with betrayal after betrayal after betrayal, and have to take them knives out of your back by your motherfucking self. I had to pull each knife out my back by myself. There was no help but God. You're going to have to heal people. You're going to have to transform and allow yourself to be forgiven. I had to go back and get me. What do you mean by that? I had to go back and apologize to myself for betraying myself. I had to go back and apologize for not knowing. For not knowing. Not knowing is what? Being naive, being stupid, or just lack of experience. You can put them all together, it's still going to be the same shit. You have to go back and heal, go back and apologize to yourself, and pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to save you, people. The church is not going to save you. The mass not going to save you. The mosque not going to save you. Like, you have to save yourself by honoring yourself and putting yourself first and running to God and laying at his feet and not letting him move. I had got tired of being in my own way. I laid on his feet. No, you're not leaving. No, we're going to stay right here. No, no, no. I'm tired. I'm tired. I want more. I want better. I didn't see this though. I didn't see this healing. I didn't see this comeback season. I didn't see this blessing. I didn't see this glow. I didn't see this transformation. I didn't know what he had planned for me. God got some things planned for me and my daughter. I got strength that I ain't had in years. I have peace that's priceless. I'm getting my creativity back. I'm getting my mind back, people. When I tell you it's life after mental health, and I'm not ashamed to say it. If God is using me, please use me, God. They didn't think I was going to bounce back. Oh, they thought that I was going to be in the nut house. They thought that I was going to be in the corner crying. They thought God had just threw away with me. But look at God. Amen. Look at God. He had covered me so well through things. It made me a little spiritually cocky. You know what I mean? It made me, you know, I could look back at some seasons on my journey where I wasn't humble. I wasn't grateful for to be still standing. I wasn't truly giving God the glory. I wasn't giving him what I was supposed to give him. He covered me so well. And that's what was throwing people off too. They kept wondering why she ain't down yet, why she ain't staying down. She's still bouncing back, bouncing back, bouncing back. But if I would have stayed around them, that would have been my demise. I would not have been on the road to where God got me. While I'm sitting back mothering all by myself, he got me around a whole new supportive community. While I'm slowly letting my guards down and understanding that I'm not around the same people. I can trust now. I can trust now. I get good rest. I sleep very well. I can pay my own bills. Have been, always have been a go-getter. Always been at the bag. That's something that they always been jealous and envy about. I just had to get my mind together. Take time. If God is giving you a way out, if God have set you by yourself and you find yourself in a season of isolation, take that as a blessing. Do not look at it as something bad. Everybody don't get the opportunity to get their mind back, to work on their self without distractions of the world. It's priceless. I had time to focus on me. I had time to pray and get stronger and stronger within my faith and in my walk. I got a little girl that need me. It ain't about me no more. I'm excited to create new memories for me and my daughter. So, if you find yourself overcoming betrayal, heartache, just know you can overcome it. You can get your self-worth back. You can get your power back. You can choose yourself. And you can forgive your betrayer. We're going to save that for another video. I'm going to say thank you for chilling with me, allowing me to be myself and share. I continue to pray and ask God to lead me in the right direction so I don't get in my own way. I thank you for removing fear and doubt and insecurities off of me, Father God, for me to be able to open this platform and share. I ask you to continue to cover me and everyone out there that's on their black sheep journey, Father God, that needs to come to you for healing, guidance, and strength. Amen, amen, amen. Till next video. Thank you.